And with that, we are at the last prompt. Before I get to the crits, just permit me a small space to be a little bit personal here. I haven't run something like this in a couple years. Um, I like to run things. I like to make games. I like to have people do stuff. I've had a rough couple of years, the past few, and it's been really hard to muster up the motivation and the willpower to make something, stick with it, and see it through. And y'all did it with me. We got there. With the end of this video, I will have completed a project. And on a personal level, for me, that's huge. I'm really happy to know that I can do things like this again, and the only way I could know that is if all of you joined, participated, and wrote the words you wrote, gave me something to respond to, and even for those who just talked about this in the Discord and didn't even sign up, thank you. Like, for real, sincerely. I do hope that this was a worthy send up for our 700th week of Thunderdome, but I can't ever know if that was a true success. What I can tell you was this experience was very meaningful for me, so thank you, thank you, thank you. With that, let's get to the crits. Oh, and I should say, sorry, I am a single father. I share custody of my children, and unfortunately, I did not have time. I didn't plan ahead and think smart about this. I don't have my kids with me. I can't read them the stories. I know what they like, though. I know what they like. If I honestly think that either one of my kids has liked your story, it's getting an HM. So it's honestly kind of a high bar. They don't like most things. Like they're kind of choosy and picky. Um, we'll see how that goes. And we begin with Everything Green After All by Quiet Feet. The tone works. My kids would both, I think, be able to follow it, and that is a huge point in its favor. I don't love that they kind of just solve the problems of the ogres by just like, oh, magic. I want more than that. I don't necessarily need a moral. I don't need that to be, through goodness or justice, but I need a little bit more than just, oh, and then we did magic and then we solved the problem. I think you can do better than that. I've seen you do better than that. Um, but it works as a kid's story, and I think this is the type of story that would rely very heavily. It wouldn't stand up so well on its own as like just text, but it could pair well with pictures, which is not bad. That's not a knock against it. I just see it working better in that context. Um, the relationship between Annette and Drazi, it's good. The little twist at the end, also nice. And that's that. I think that's a little better. But I think even that last battle, like but it's like I don't know. Again, like if we saw pictures of it, it would work. But like fires roar, thunder crackle, who's doing what and how and why? Like what's happening here? That's the meat of the story. Like how they solve the problem is the good shit. And I think you're spending what 10% of the actual story on like the solutions of all those three problems. So wanted a little bit more there. If I'm telling the truth, I would say that my Rio, my older one, would like this. So you're getting an HM. Well done. All right, next up is the Unicorn Salesman sketch, and by a friendly penguin who couldn't, I don't think, or doesn't know this, but my daughter has just become a huge Gravity Falls fan, and so anything that even mentions a pig, even if it's not a real pig, it's gonna work. So this gets an HM for that alone. Let's deal with the story itself, though, which is fun and easy to follow, and exactly this is a kid's story. This is a really well done kid story. It doesn't even need the pictures, but boy, I can see the pictures. Unicorns, of course, being a very common staple in kid stories, this works. It just works. Um it's so fun. I there's a couple of sloppy things. There's like a place where I saw like a period and a comma. Could use like maybe a proofing pass or two, but I liked it. I just liked it. It made me smile. Um, what else can you say? It's a fun story. You know exactly what you did here with it, and you nailed it. So great job. Fun, good story. Liked it, and easy enough to give it an HM for my kid, but I liked it just fine too. So well done. And then we have Thran Guys, What Magic is For. I like this one a lot. I like that it doesn't talk down to kids, right? Uh, it's okay for there to be magic in stories, and it's done very effectively, even for older kids, of course. I mean, Matilda is a perfect example, but the fact that this was set in, well, I don't know, set. It's set in a small little house, not enough time to establish the rules of magic. I like how it's whimsical and happy, and it also feels realistic, right? This was these are this is of the category of drabbles from you guy that I think really just like nailed it the most. You did it like 5 or 6 times at least, where it's just like you gave me everything I wanted. I didn't need any more. Any more would have been, gilding the lily. So well done. I am no doubt my daughter would like this one. Possibly my son as well. So easy HM yet again. It's it's wild that this is the last story. Phantom Muzzles is XOXO Lily. Um, it's not fair to give this an HM without making it explicitly and abundantly clear that this is a direct pander. My daughter has an axolotl. Its name is Lily. So, duh, she's going to like the story. But hey, all of that is information that anyone could have found. So, if you're just HM mining, you could have gotten it. So, whatever. This is it is a glitter party. It is ridiculous. There is no problem. It's just one happy, amazing, confetti filled thing after another. I don't enjoy it myself, but I could certainly see my daughter eating it up. But let's be real. Like, this is just boom, boom, boom. I've never done a hard psychotropic drug, but that's what this basically, I'm assuming, feels like, right? So, okay, it is. It's. I'm sure there's also a puzzle somewhere in here. It's absurd. It's fun, and I believe it set out to do what it did, or it did what it set out to do. Boy, I'm tired. All right, and that is the last story. And so again, thank you all for turning out for making Thunderdome Week 700 one that was special. Your participation in it made it that much more special, at least. So thank you for doing that. I'm super grateful for the opportunity to have judged it, for to have run it. This community has been such a huge part of my life, and I'm so glad that we got to have a little bit of fun together, doing something a little silly. So, thank you all. I love you all. Keep it up, and let's keep it going, guys. To another 700 weeks.